Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, what do we have here? A petition to revoke Staci Turner's medical license. I ain't got no problem with that. But some of y'all do, so let's talk about it. Yeah, fam, let's talk about it. So far, the petition that's asking for 50,000 signatures has 45,362 verified signatures. Now, here's the issue. To the governor of Mississippi, the Mississippi State Board of Medical Licensure, the Mississippi Department of Public Safety, the Mississippi Attorney General, the United States Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, and all agencies charged with protecting the integrity of Mississippi's criminal justice system. We, the undersigned citizens, families, advocates, and supporters of equal justice under the law, respectfully but unequivocally call for an independent investigation into the professional conduct, forensic determinations, and death investigations overseen by Mississippi Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Staci Turner. The Office of the State Medical Examiner occupies one of the most consequential positions within Mississippi's justice system. Medical examiners are entrusted with determining the cause and manner of death through objective scientific analysis. Their conclusions influence criminal investigations, judicial proceedings, insurance determinations, and most importantly, whether grieving families ever receive justice. That public trust is compromised whenever credible questions arise regarding the accuracy, consistency, or impartiality of death investigations. Over the past several years, multiple deaths involving African American individuals have generated substantial public concern. Families, independent forensic experts, civil rights advocates, and members of the public have questioned whether these investigations were conducted with the rigor, transparency, and impartiality required by accepted forensic standards. Among those cases are Trey Reed, a 21-year-old Delta State University student found hanging from a tree in September 2025. Although his death was officially ruled a suicide, his family has publicly challenged that determination and commissioned an independent forensic review. Their pursuit of additional examination reflects a profound lack of confidence in the state's investigation. Damian Cameron, following his death after an encounter with Rankin County Sheriff deputies, Dr. Turner's office classified the manner of death as undetermined. Independent forensic pathologists later concluded that the evidence supported a homicide determination, raising significant questions about the original findings and whether critical evidence was appropriately evaluated. Shannon Wilson, his family has publicly expressed concern that his body was embalmed before they believed all necessary forensic examinations had been completed, thereby limiting opportunities for additional independent analysis. Whether or not protocol was followed, the circumstances have further eroded public confidence in the integrity and transparency of Mississippi's death investigation process. Nolan Wells, his death has likewise become the subject of significant public scrutiny. An independent forensic pathologist concluded that the manner of death should remain undetermined pending further investigation and state that foul play could not be excluded. That opinion stands in contrast to the state's conclusions and underscores the need for objective review. No single disputed case necessarily establishes misconduct. However, when multiple investigations involving similar public concerns continue to emerge, government oversight is not merely appropriate, it is essential. This petition does not ask the public to presume wrongdoing. Instead, it asks government officials to fulfill their legal and ethical obligation to determine whether Mississippi's death investigation system is operating with scientific integrity, professional independence, and equal treatment under the law. So, what are the people's demands? They are demanding that the appropriate authorities appoint an independent panel of board-certified forensic pathologists from outside the state of Mississippi to review disputed death investigations overseen by Dr. Staci Turner, conduct a comprehensive audit of death classifications in cases where credible concerns have been raised by families or supported by independent forensic opinions, determine whether accepted forensic pathology standards, ethical obligations, and state laws were consistently followed, examine whether any systemic disparities or patterns exist in the investigation or classification of deaths involving African Americans, publicly release the findings of the investigation to ensure transparency and restore public confidence. If the evidence establishes professional misconduct, gross negligence, incompetence, ethical violations, or any breach of licensing standards, initiate disciplinary proceedings, including suspension or revocation of Dr. Turner's medical license, as warranted by the findings. Public confidence in the justice system cannot exist without confidence in the integrity of forensic death investigations. Every inaccurate determination has the potential to deny justice to victims, deprive families of truthful answers, and undermine the rule of law. The citizens of Mississippi deserve a medical examiner's office that is independent, objective, transparent, and beyond reproach. Justice demands accountability. Truth demands transparency. The people of America deserve both. Respectfully submitted, the undersigned citizens, families, community leaders, and supporters of equal justice and accountability. I ain't got no problem with that. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock that uncivilized mud up. Ain't no way she dropped the ball that many times, fam. Ain't no way. That is not incompetence. Although I'm pretty sure she is incompetent. But that is not incompetence. That is not even gross negligence. I believe her actions are criminal. That's right, I said it. I believe that this man was murdered and this woman who was tasked with at least giving the family some slither of hope of justice purposely denied it. That's my belief. I don't trust it. Who said that? Bell Biv DeVoe said never trust a big button smile. No, he said big button smile. I thought it said big button smile. You know, he got the button smile. But I guess they said big button smile. I think they said big button smile. In any event, she got a big button smile, and I don't trust it. I don't trust her one bit. Not when you start considering all of those cases that she ruled to be non-homicide. That's what makes me not trust her. I look at her record. That's all I gotta do. Just look at her record, and it speaks for itself. Her reputation precedes her. No more talk.